I am strong. I am fearless. I am courageous. I am beautiful. I can do all things. I am created to be me. I am a woman. And I am funky. Hi family, welcome to Sheila E. TV. I'm your host, Sheila E. Happy beautiful Saturday. I hope you're having a great day because I am, and I'm excited about today's show. This singer, songwriter, and actress rose to fame in 2017 after winning the 6th season of American Idol at the age of 17 and becoming the youngest winner in the series history. Her self-titled debut studio album released later that year was certified platinum. And now she's a mother with a beautiful family and continuing to be busier than before. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Jordinsparks.
There you are. Hi. How are you? You look beautiful. I love the orange. That's so pretty.
Thank you. You do too. How are you?
I'm good. I love being able to walk outside and just be like, okay, it's a new beginning for everyone, you know? So I'm good. I'm doing really well. How are you?
Good. I'm good. I feel the same way. I love being outside every single day. It's just me. I love being outside. So
Me too. I have to be able to connect with nature. I will lose my mind.
I think we all will.
Yes, I love to garden. I love being around nature and animals and the earth and grass and all of that stuff. So I'm right there with you. The last year was actually, I wouldn't wish it on anybody, but it was a blessing for me. You know, as a performer, you know how we travel all the time and we're in different places. And, you know, at the busiest time of my life, I was on like 4 to 5 flights a week, you know, and last year I flew one time. Only once. The time, being able to have the time to really enjoy my home. Like I really enjoy my home for the first time. I've lived in this home for almost 8 years and I really got to enjoy it. And the time to really watch my son grow. Every day I've seen him learn something new and he's just getting taller and bigger and more intelligent. And then me and my husband being able to chill together and also just rediscovering my love for music again, like in a way that I haven't felt since I was probably 13 years old, like before it became a job, you know, before it became my job. You know, the freedom in being able to feel the music again. It just, it feels so good. And I'm in the booth right now. Actually, I'm in the recording booth at my house that
I see it.
That I've been in. And I'm really excited about the space I'm in. So I am grateful for the time that we had last year and being able to stay home. But I am excited to perform again. I do miss that.
Exactly, I know. Yeah, I feel the same way. I think it's wonderful, especially because you've been touring for so long, and to be able to stay home with your family is huge. And the love that you start to feel about music again, excited about it in your spirit and your soul, like, okay, I'm getting there, because that's how I feel now. It's like, I think it's, you know.
Yeah, I feel like it's just for the past couple years, but last year in particular, it felt like, I don't know, that it, like something was just massaging in me, you know, it was like loosening everything up, pouring oil on the joints and like, you know, just getting everything back again. It was almost like a deep, deep slumber almost, and like coming back to life almost is kind of how I guess I envisioned it in my head. But I'm just really grateful, to be honest. I'm just really in a state of gratitude and just so grateful for health.
Yes.
My family. I'm grateful that my family's healthy. I'm just so grateful that we're all okay, you know, because there's so many that are dealing with a different side of what last year was.
Yeah, totally.
So I'm just really grateful.
That's beautiful. So, I mean, I was young when I started with my dad. I was 15 when I went on tour with him. You were 16 at American Idol?
Mm-hmm.
Gosh.
When I auditioned, yeah. I was 16 when I auditioned, and then I had my birthday during the holidays. They stopped for the holidays, and my birthday is December 22nd. So I turned 17, and then we went back and started doing the show and the live shows and all of that. And I just was like, I'm so excited to be here because it was my favorite show. I loved it.
Yeah, exactly.
I felt so lucky to be doing something that I watched, religiously. And then it was like, I was there and I was like, oh, it's the lights and it's the stage. No, look, there's Ryan and there's Paula, And then it was like, oh, wait, I really have to do this. Let me I really have to compete. And it was a blast. It was so much fun. There was a lot of craziness. Just like with everything, there's always other things that go on. But I believed in myself, and I knew that if the variables all lined up, that I could win, because I believed in my talent. And I was just like, the votes have to come in, the judges have to like it. There were so many things that had to line up and align. And then they did. So I'm really, really grateful about that. But I was talking to my husband today about how I felt at that time. I was so young, I wasn't really thinking about the things we think of as adults. So it was definitely very interesting to be in that mindset at 17 and I just wasn't really thinking about.
But see, that's good. But see, that's good. And that's probably why you won, because sometimes we psych ourselves out into, you weren't even thinking. You're just saying, I think that I can win. Not everyone can go on that stage and feel that confident about themselves. What can I do to be better? What can I do so I want to win? And I've got to take it the next week a level higher than last week. And that's one of the questions I was going to ask you, like, being so young. I know how it was for me. For you, being that young, I mean, did you feel any pressure? Like,
it was definitely interesting because sometimes I would see somebody break down over a comment, or that they just didn't think that they did well, or whatever it was. And I'd be like, are you okay? Like, it's okay. It's okay. Like, this isn't the end of the world, but for a lot of people, you never know what they've gone through in their past. Sometimes it can feel like their last shot, or, that something was triggering. We all have things that we deal with internally, but the show was a lot of fun. But I think I took a lot from my dad. He played football from the time I was born till I was 10. And so I was constantly around, like, a competitive environment, but I never saw it in a way where they were like rude to each other. But obviously they were adults and I was a kid, so I didn't see any of that stuff. But, teams and leadership and working as a team, and also just, trying to be the best that you can be and taking care of yourself so you can, perform in whatever aspect that you need to. So I learned a lot of that from my dad and also my mom. She played competitive sports when she was in college. And then when I was a kid, I played T-ball starting at 4, and she was my coach with my papa, and my dad. It was this whole thing. So in terms of like performing and, getting myself ready and things like that, I kind of had a little bit of practice, a little bit of practice with the pressure. And I saw my dad deal with pressure. And when he was playing for the Giants, the spotlight was on him, and we were kind of on the ring, the outside ring of the spotlight. So I saw how my dad was with people. He is just amazing with people. He can make you feel like you've been best friends your entire life after 5 minutes. And he's just so good at doing that. And so I grew up watching him. And when I, had my chance on Idol, it wasn't the first time I had been on a competitive singing stage. It was the biggest, obviously. It was the biggest one I'd ever been a part of. But, I had been able to have a little bit of practice before that. And that also helped instill the confidence that I was like, oh, okay, I've been in this competition setting before, and I'm not really worried about that. Like, it wasn't my first time competing. So I think that helped. And also just, I don't know, I'm still the same person I was when I walked into the audition room. I'm still super smiley. I'm just naturally, I have a sunny disposition. And, I've always been that way. And even at the time when I was standing there right before Ryan announced who won, I was just like, I'm okay. If they don't call my name right now, I'm gonna be okay. This is incredible. There are 38 million people watching me right now. Like, this is insane. There are so many amazing things to come from it. But he did call my name, and I just was like, my life just changed. I just remember thinking my life is never gonna go back to the way that it that it used to be. And it hasn't. It's been nuts ever since.
Well, I love it. We're rooting for you. We're just like, are they gonna? It's gonna be Jordin. It's gonna be Jordin. I remember we screamed and yelled like, yes. And no disrespect to anyone else. It's just you were one of our favorites, and we wanted you to win. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. I appreciate that so much.
And that's what's interesting. Like, you know, I hadn't heard of you before you went on Idols. A lot of people were not supposed to be really famous before they came on, right?
No, I don't think anybody would have known who I was.
But I think you had sung with a lot of people, and I don't know if it was before Idol or after. Like you sang with Michael B. Smith, or no? You went on tour with him, or no?
Oh, Michael W. Smith, yes.
I mean, Michael W. Smith, yeah.
Yeah, that was before Idol, actually.
It was, okay.
I was able to, he invited me on his tour in 2006. And so that was the first time I did that. And I toured and did backgrounds for him. It was amazing. And it was Christmas. So I loved it. And then the next year, because he had already asked me to do that year, right before Idol, I went on tour again with Michael and did background vocals for him as well. So that was amazing too, because it was like a nice little, okay, you're warming up to do this competition show.
Yes.
Let's get the vocals or the conditioning like we were talking about.
Yes.
And then I was able to go. So that was an amazing experience as well, because that really helped me prepare for tour after Idol, because we went crazy. The Christmas tour was like
that tour. Yeah.
The Idol tour was 59 shows in 56 cities. So
that was crazy.
It was night and day difference, but it was nice to have a little bit of experience before I went.
Yeah, I was going to say, if it was before Idol, and I was going to ask you, did it help being with him? Because, I mean, his music, he's insane, just an incredible songwriter and artist.
It was very fascinating to watch, and he's so talented, like you said, musician, the way he plays the piano, the way he writes, the way he sings, the way he interacts. It was just really amazing to watch that. And then after Idol, we went on the Idol tour, but after the next year, my first tour outside of the Idol franchise was with Alicia Keys. And it was for her As I Am tour. And I watched her every night for 2 hours. Almost every single night I watched her perform. And I was just so amazed, because I was like, 2 hours? I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to get up to 2 hours, but watching her was super inspiring. And to be honest, to be on a tour with somebody as kind and sweet and thoughtful as Alicia, I really, really lucked out. Alicia was amazing. She was amazing.
She is. But see, that's the kind of person that you are. You draw people like you. You're so affectionate and so passionate, and you know, like you say, you're the sunny person. You come in and it's like, sunshine, here we are. Oh my God, she's here. And we need that. We love that about you, you know?
You.
Well, I only have 2 more questions, then I'm gonna let you go. One is, in these times, especially with all the racism, I mean, I'm sure people ask you this all the time, your dad being African-American and Cherokee, I guess, and then your mom has a lot of different influences, Norwegian and German.
German, yes. Yeah. Oh, I love it. Research, yes. Okay.
Just a little bit, yes. But with that, and it just kind of reminds me of my family, because we're all from everywhere. We have so many different ethnicities in our family, just from Japanese to Filipino to Mexican, Indian, Cherokee, Puerto Rican, Black, Creole, German. It's everything. So, you know, how it is. So how is it for you? Have things changed for you or for your family at all during these times?
It's been interesting. Man, last year was like the hair that broke the camel's back, because the last 4 years have been crazy. Like something had to give. Like something was bound to happen. We just didn't know what it was. And then last year it just exploded. Last year really was a turning point. I've had to do a lot of self-reflection, a lot of just diving in depth, because growing up, I lived in the suburbs, and I was mostly with my mom's side of the family. And so there's a lot of experiences as a Black girl because everybody sees me as such, and that's what I am. I'm white and black with all the different mixes in there in the melting pot. But there are some experiences that my friends have gone through that I've never gone through, and to be able to look at myself and go, oh wow, I actually have a lot more privilege than I even thought. Because I grew up the way I grew up. I didn't choose to grow up that way. You know, I just grew up in the suburbs and went to that school over there and, you know, did all these things. And I had to realize a lot. And even in what I'm doing now, like I have a booth at my house to be able to record music at any time of the day. And my job is to sing, which is amazing. Like I get to sing for my job. That's also a very, very, very amazing privilege. And I don't take it for granted, but there's a lot of different things that I've definitely learned. And also just the fear part of not only last year, but with my husband being a Black man and my son being a little Black boy. He's so cute now to everybody, but in a few years when he's older, all of a sudden he becomes a threat. And I have to figure out how I'm going to approach any of these conversations with DJ. I still have no idea what I'm going to say. You know, I still have no idea what I'm going to say. Like, how do I tell him that people aren't going to like him just because he's different or he's got, his dad is Black and his mom is Black. And, you know, like how do I tell him those things? And it's just frustrating. The fact that we have to have these heavy conversations with Black, Indigenous, and people of color, like we all have to have these conversations much earlier. And I feel like the innocence gets taken away. Like we have to have those conversations when they're so innocent. Whereas, you know, there are a lot of people that don't have to have them ever. Yeah. And, you know, having to realize that DJ's changed everything for me. He's changed everything. Aww. Everything I do is for him. And so one day he'll be able to choose and figure out what he wants to do. And we'll be able to say, you can do it. And we're there for you. But, you know, all of this other stuff is just, it really hurts my heart because I just don't get it. I feel things so deeply and I'm a very emotional person. I wear my heart on my sleeve. And if I care for you, if you're in trouble or you're sad, I am going to be there for you. And how can I help? You know, we're all here. We're all just trying to make it on this planet, live a good life and be happy. So I'm just like, I don't understand why that's so hard.
I know. And it's crazy. And it's been rough. And I think that, you know, in a sense, if it hadn't been for the pandemic happening and shutting down the entire world, we would have never really seen what was really happening behind the scenes to a lot of our family and our friends and sometimes ourselves.
If that wasn't a God thing, I don't know what is.
Gosh.
Sorry, we're going to shut down the whole world for a year so we can all try and get ourselves together. Like,
crazy.
Thank you.
Crazy. I know.
It was crazy. It was hard. Dang it. It was hard, but thank you.
I know. Crazy. Oh, my God. The last question is, you did the masked dancer.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I have to say this because when I wasn't sure if I was going to like the show, and I saw it, I'm like, I need to get on the show. So I'm still asking to get on the show. I think that I can fool them. I think that I can.
Wait, you want to do it?
Yes, I do.
You should do it. You should do it.
No,
it's
I do.
So fun.
I want to do it, and I think that I can fool them. So I was so excited. Like, you were the exotic bird or something like that, right? Yeah.
Yep. Tweet, tweet.
Tweet, tweet. That's right. Tweet, tweet. Ooh, was it fun?
It really was. I was terror-sided when it came across my email, when it came through, because I was like, wait a minute now. Because when I saw Masked, I just assumed it was for Masked Singer. And I opened the email and I'm looking at it and I'm like, dancing? What? Wait a minute. Whoa. Because I love to dance. I absolutely love to dance. I adore it. But on a stage in front of people is a whole other level. So I marinated on it for a couple of weeks, actually. I didn't say yes right when it came in because I was so nervous about it. And, I talked to my husband. He was like, you should do it. Everybody was like, you'd be great. And I was just like, okay. And then I realized I was the only person telling myself that I couldn't. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this because it scares me. And I also want to do it because I want to show DJ that he can do hard things, even if it makes him nervous or it's not really his best thing, you know,
Yeah,
the
right.
best thing that it does.
Right, right.
But once I got there, I looked forward to going to rehearsals. I looked forward to dancing, to learning something new. And especially with the last year, it was my first time being on stage again. In that mask was my first time getting to be on stage and like perform again. Even though I was a bird, I did not care. I was like, I will be up there. Just let me perform somewhere. And I really loved it. And then the fact that Paula was sitting across the panel, and I was just like, I cannot believe I'm doing another competition show, and she's sitting on the panel again.
Exactly. That's why I was going to bring it up. Like, she's there again,
Yes.
but this time she doesn't know it's you.
Right. And I just was like, but I was like, she's going to know. She's going to know. She's going to know it's me. Paula was always so sweet, and she always just like extended her heart to us, and she was so kind. And so I was like, she's going to know. She's going to know that it's me just from the bond. And every time I've seen her since then, she's always been so supportive. And when she guessed my name, I think it was the second week, I was like, what did I tell? I told you guys. I told you she was going to guess me. But I'm happy that she did. That actually made me really happy. I was like, I knew it. I got you, girl. I knew it.
Yeah.
So I really, really loved it. It was a lot of fun. And it came at a great time for me. So I was really grateful for that.
Oh, you were great. No,
yeah, girl. If you get on there, you got to let me know. Or actually don't, so I can guess.
Oh, okay. All right.
Either way. Either way.
Either way, we'll figure it out. Yay.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you, my love. Thank you for spending time and taking the time to come and hang out with me for a minute. I love you so very much, and I miss you, and you look incredible.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. You too. I hope I get to talk to you soon and also see you soon. So.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
All right. Love you. Bye.
Bye. Have a good one.
You too.
Thanks.
Thank you, Jordin, so much for joining us today. Oh my God, you're so sweet. And it's been such a long time since I've seen you. Congratulations on everything you're doing. You are incredibly talented and gifted, and we love you so very much. Warm heart, and you're so passionate. And congratulations to your beautiful family. We hope to see you soon, next time, right here on Sheila E. TV. Here's your last 60-second rapid fire.
Ooh, okay.
Ready? It's so easy.
Okay.
Ready? All right, go. T-ball or football?
Football.
Okay. Roller skating or ice skating?
Neither. I'm horrible on anything. On anything that I have to like have balance on. I'm not good at it.
American Idol or The Voice?
American Idol.
Electric toothbrush or manual toothbrush?
Manual.
Really? I wouldn't.
I don't like my hand shaking. It's weird. It's weird. It's a really weird thing. I just don't like my hand being like, oh, I'm just like, okay.
Oh my God. Okay. Do you read the instructions for putting a project together, or you just put it together?
Depends on the project, but most of the time I have the manual for sure. Instructions, definitely.
Okay. Cooking or cleaning?
Cooking.
Good.
He can clean the dishes after.
And then the last one, swimming in the ocean or swimming in a pool?
Oh, a pool. I like looking at the ocean. I do not want to be in it.
Really? You don't like the ocean? You don't like the beach?
I like the beach. I'll stay on the beach. I just don't want to be in the water past a certain point. It makes me so nervous. No. We know more about space than what's down there in that water. I don't want to be in there. I don't want to be in there.
I heard that. I understand. It is a little scary sometimes down there when you feel something touch your foot. It's not. Yeah.